I created the CMA demo video to illustrate how it is possible to create a comprehensive, high-quality CMA in a lot less time than some figures that I was quoted here by a peer of up to 2 hours. And the premise is that if you can create a CMA in minutes, uh, that it's not worth it. And I'm here to prove that otherwise. So here we go. Start the timer. So at this point, we have a search up for one of my buyers, and we just copy the CMA, the MLS number. I like to work in a second window just to be able to compare easily between the two, between what I'm comparing and the search that I'm trying to complete. So you go to the default search section of the MLS right here, and you click in the MLS number, select under contract first right showing, under contract showing pending and sold. Do not select under contract short sale. Those are not indicative, good indicators of market value, unless of course you have a block that's been decimated by foreclosures, and then you might be able to make a case of it, but I'd rather not. So you choose the same property type, single family property, comparing it to other buy levels in the area, and within 20% of square footage. So for our subject property, we have 1,628 square feet, and we multiply that by 80% to get 1,302 square feet on the lower end or lower range, and on the upper range we have 1,954 square feet. So at this point we have two matches, not enough for a CMA. You go out in increments of distance until you find a number that you need. I like to use 6. At this point we have 8 matches. That will include all of these that we have asked for. So if you click the map search, it gives you a visual indicator of what it is you have. And at this point we have 5 sold and 3 active. Not enough for my CMA. Again, I like 6. So go back to criteria. You increase the search area to the next increment. Reopen the map search. And as you see, we have quite a bit more. That's not always the case, but in this one it is. Decrease the radius so you get the number that you are looking for. And for me, that is 6. At this point, we have 5 sold and 1 that's either pending or under contract. I'm going to expand this back out a little bit and get my 6th sold count. Go back to criteria. You see we have 10 matches. Click results, and there you have it. So we have our subject property, 5075 bunkhouse, right here. We've got some under contract. We've got some pending. I'm going to pick the comparables that we want. We're going to refine that by narrowing the selection so that it only displays the ones that we're interested in. You'll see why that's important here in a minute. And then you go back to actions and export. So I have a custom export already configured in here to match the fields that I'm valuing in the CMA. Once you select the export file format, you'll have the ability to edit the custom export. Once that's complete, you'll click export. It'll bring up a spreadsheet of your subject property and the comparables. Right click in the top left corner and select to copy. I like to close it down just to remove clutter. Go to your CMA or my CMA worksheet. Click paste. That replaces whatever you have, or you right click up here and you click paste, and that'll replace whatever you have in here. And go back to your sold comps, and at this point we have a good idea for value. We're at the asking price is at 99% of estimated value based on the sales comparison approach, and at 118% of value based on the price per square foot average. Uh, if you'll notice, there are some adjustments that have been made here. For example, our 3-bedroom home is being compared to a 4-bedroom home, and that has some value to it. And if you see, there's a $2,250 adjustment against our subject property because of that difference in bedrooms. And if you look up here, this is the formula that's being used to calculate that adjustment, and so on and so forth. So this one has our subject property has 3 baths, the comp has 2. There's a $2,500 adjustment in favor of our subject property to compensate for that. So what's missing here are fireplaces and central air. My experience has been that makes very little difference in the final estimation of value, but just to get it as granular as possible, you will go through the MLS sheets that came up in your search by going back to results. And instead of a single line display, you choose a full report. I like to use the agent full report just because I'm usually looking for agent remarks. But so the agent full report opens up, and then you make adjustments here for fireplace and central air in each of the subject property and the comparables across the board. And there you have it. At this point, you have created what I consider to be a very comprehensive quality CMA in about 6 minutes. Thanks for watching.